One thing I want to cover real quickly that we didn't talk about earlier is why is the derivative of sine of x cosine of x? Okay, so let's go ahead and figure it out. So I have the derivative of x, derivative of sine of x is cosine of x. But where did this come from? So the derivative of sine of x, if we go back to our definition of a limit as h goes to 0 of sine of x plus h minus sine of x over h. I can then use the double angle formula. That gives me the limit as h goes to 0 of sine of x cosine h plus cosine x sine of h minus sine of x all over h. And what I can do is I can go ahead and break this up into a couple different pieces by grouping my terms differently. I can have sine of x cosine h minus sine of x over h plus, all I'm doing is grouping my terms and bring this apart into a fraction, cosine x sine h all over h. Now, why did I do this? Well, I did this, I can factor out a sign on this side now. So I have the limit as h goes to 0 is sine of x cosine h minus 1 over h plus, on this side I'm going to factor out a cosine of sine of h over h. Okay, and we can use our limit rules to know that the cosine of 0, right, is 1. So here I have 1 over 1 divided by 0. 1 minus 1 is 0. So I have the limit as x goes to h of sine of 0. And I know that sine of 0 is 0. So I have 0 over 0, which is 0, right? So I have, the sine of h is 1 divided by something really tiny. So that gives me cosine x of 1, because this becomes 1. So all that's left is cosine of x. And that's in case you wanted to know why the derivative of sine is cosine.